Hi guys, it's Arran here, and today I am reviewing the Lightning Section Zap Megazord or Zord Ascension Project Dragonzord. Sorry, I said Megazord when I should have said Dragonzord. Now, just quickly before I turn the turntable on, just want to tell you a few things. So, the Zap Zords have not been without their issues, to be fair. I've not had any issues with my Dragonzord, touch wood. So I have had this out, I just put it in the box back in the box to review for you guys. But the two things I have had issues with are the Astro Mega ship. I transformed it into when I first got it, I transformed it from the ship into the Megazord, which was fine. And then when I went to put it back in its box, because it needs to be in spaceship mode to be in its box, one of the joints was basically stuck and I could not move it. My dad tried, my mum tried, everybody tried, and we just could not move it. And not only that, the paint was chipping off. So they do have their issues, and the other one I've had issues with is the Zap MMPR Megazord. So the issue, there's two issues with that. One with the Mastodon bits on the bottom of the Zord. It makes it very unstable, and as it is, it's not very stable anyway. You can't transform it without, well, you can't transform it easily without bits pinging off the legs of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which do clip on back on, but obviously they're not meant to come off, so that's the downside with that. And also, when you want to combine it with the Dragonzord, so if you want to put the Dragonzord on top of it, like you can do, it tends to fall over because it's all plastic basically. There's no die cast or anything in it at all. It's all plastic, which is unfortunate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like the Zords, but I just wish they were made a bit better. And again, I don't know this for 100% definite, so don't quote me on it. I don't know if the Zap line's going to be back when Hasbro come back around. I don't know that at all. I've heard that the Lightning Collection line is coming back. I mean, I hope it comes back, I really do, because there's a few teams that they haven't brought out ranges for, that they haven't completed, which is unfortunate. But yes, I do hope the Lightning Collection comes back and Zap Zords come back, but I hope they're improved in the plastic they're made out of, and maybe even have some die cast in them, because before Hasbro went on a break there was meant to be a white Tiger Sword released, and that never got released. So I'm kind of hoping that if the Zap Zords do come back, that will get released. Anyway, I'll turn the turntable on and show you the Dragonzord box now. And it is one thing I'll give Hasbro for the Zap Zord boxes is the boxes are incredible. That's the one thing about the Zap Zords. The boxes are incredible. Sorry guys, couldn't find the button then. So here's the front of the box with the Dragonzord on the front. Coming around to the side, you get a picture of the Dragonzord, which is fantastic. Coming around to the back, you get another picture of the Dragonzord, but you also get the bits that it comes with and shows you what it can combine with. And coming around to the other side now, you get a cartoon kind of thing of the Dragonzord, which is absolutely fantastic. I love it. And what you can actually see of the Dragonzord on the front is it's in the Mega Dragonzord mode, because the mouth plate is dropped down and you can see the face, and it does have a sleeve on it as well. And by the way, this is their plastic free packaging, which I laid the box down there so you can see me a bit better. Yeah, so this is their plastic free packaging, so I'm kind of hoping that if the Lightning Collection is, I'm hoping you get the window packaging, because from what Hasbro posted for a good while back now, they said they were going back to the window packaging, because they've but the one thing I do just want to say about this is, another thing I don't like about these is the little figures you get with them. they're not painted, they're just coloured plastic, and so I would much rather prefer not having them, and I would much rather have, say, a power coin or something. Now the one thing I do like about one of these figures is you do have one in the cockpit on this. I will show you. You can open the cockpit on the top of the Dragonzord's head and you will see JDF sitting in the cockpit. So anyway, let's get it out of the box, shall we? So I've got all the bits out for the Dragonzord. Just before I give you a turn around of it, I'll show you the bits. But before that, these hands, when it's in the box, come tucked in. I folded it into the dragon coin emblem. But if you are putting it away because you're moving or whatever, take the hands off, because it'll be easier to get the pole out without the hands on. Well, not the pole, I don't know what you call it, but be easier to get that part out without the hands on. Because trust me, trying to get them out of there with the hands on is a friggin' nightmare. Because we have just tried. And one thing I'll tell you now is there's the last three, I think it's the last three bits on his tail do separate to go on the staff when it's in in the Ultra mode, Megazord Ultra mode, or Battle mode, because it has so many different settings. And also the cockpit, which I'll show you in a second, which I do have slightly open, and I'll explain that in a minute. And I'll show you the stuff first, and then I'll open the cockpit. So I'll show you these random bits first. These are when the hands are folded in and the Dragonzord split apart and combined with the Zap Megazord. They clip in. Now, these are meant to be the finger parts, which they look like the finger parts. But the great thing is, you don't actually need these. You can use them if you want, but you don't need to. They just clip in. But when you want them out, they do ping out, and they ping out quite fast. So watch where they go. And there's two of these which are both the same, so I'll move those out of the way. He has several sets of hands. Now, the set of hands that are on him now take these pieces, like he's shooting the finger missiles out of his fingers. Hold it up the right way. And they're in a really nice colour actually. Which is actually a different shade of colour depending on how the light catches it. And you do get two of these. Jesus guys, and he gave himself a heart attack. One of the, sorry guys, dropped one of the bits, but I think I managed to catch it. But one of the things with getting those in the fingers is you've got to be careful when you do it, because if you snap the finger pieces, you're basically screwed. Because I don't know whether you can even get them anymore, because you might be able to from another website, but from Hasbro, no, not at the moment, because of them going on a break. Unless they have some in stock, then you might be able to replace them. But I can't say that for definite. So he has, the other hands he has are these are the other kind of Dragonzord missile hands. These are when he's just loaded them up before he shoots them. And he does look as though he's got nail varnish on, to be fair, when he's wearing these. But yeah, it's great they included these. And another thing with these are, you are better to slightly warm the joints up so they pop on a bit easier. And again, he has two of these. There's the other one. Here. Again, looks absolutely fantastic. And these hands here are the hands that he just has when he's just normally in Dragonzord mode and kind of fighting, so to speak. These are slightly bent finger hands without the missiles. I call them slightly bent finger hands because the fingers are slightly bent. Now, when you first get this sword, I think it's actually these hands that come attached to it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I am kind of 90% sure that that's how they come. How it comes, rather. And I'll show you his last set of hands out. Now, in my opinion, these should have come with the. These should have come with the Zap Dino Megazord, because he only wore these kind of gloves, or hands rather, when he was in Dragonzord fighting mode, or in Dragonzord battle mode, or Dragonzord Ultra mode. That's already added a lot of names. So, yeah, in my mind, these should have come with the Zap Dino Megazord, but he comes with two of these. And I think one is actually, I think this is kind of the hand for the staff. I think they both actually look the same, to be fair. But yeah, in my opinion, they should have come with the Dino Megazord. And here's the other hand. Which this looks like it's not the same hand, but the same kind of style of hand. So yeah, you get both these hands, and also I'll show you this, because this is what flips on to the arms of the Mastodon, I think. But yeah. And my last two accessories I have to be very careful of, because when I drop them I will lose them. Yeah. So this is Tommy playing the dragon flute. So I know my finger is probably crushing his head, but that's how it's easy for me to hold them like this. But in my opinion, I could have done without these. I would have much rather either excuse myself, either a PowerPoint or a bit of die-cast in the Megazord. And also, these aren't painted either. These are just green plastic. Also, one thing I'll tell you is these Zap Zords are not meant for kids. They are adults only. But anyway, this is the other one where he's looks like he might actually be just doing a random pose or for calling the Dragonzord. And that's it for the accessories, apart from one thing which I will lift up if I can. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to turn it towards me, it's the angle. The top of the head opens up. There's like a little cockpit with the Green Ranger in there. And that is a little to open. An absolute little to open. But I'm glad they included it, and also that figure doesn't come out of there, it's glued in there, so I tried to see it. I did try to take it out when I first got this, and it wasn't budging, so I know it's definitely glued in there. But it's still great they included it, and I still would have much rather not had the little figures and have a bit of die cast in this, because before I turn the table on and give you a turnaround of him, the tail has to be on the ground, otherwise it tips backwards because there's no weight to it. Now, if you have kind of like a stand or some sort of support, you might be able to have the tail lifted off the ground. But you have to have the tail on the ground, otherwise it falls backwards. And just before I do that, before anyone notices, I know the green bits on the tail aren't quite lined up, but they're quite stiff to do, and I don't want to break it. So I've left it like that, and I know before anyone tells me it's not accurate, I know that, but they are really stiff and I don't want to break it. What I will do is I'll close the cockpit now, so I'll turn on the turntable now, give you a turn around of him, hopefully he won't fall off, behave. And hopefully he won't stab me. Which luckily he's not going to, he's just going to miss me. But yeah, the level of detail on him is great. I will give it to Hasbro and the Zap line for that. The level of detail on this is great, it really is. But as I said in my other videos, these Dragonzords do have issues. But yeah, the level of detail on the tail and the whole thing itself is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, and I should point out, this one doesn't have electrics in the chest like the original one did. But the noise the original one did kind of in the day was satisfying, but nowadays it's really annoying. Yeah, if you're a fan of JDF, aka Tommy, I do recommend this, but I wouldn't put him up too high, because if he falls, he will break. He's that kind of plastic where he will break if he falls from a long way up. And also, another thing which I didn't say is Hasbro has, on some parts of this, kind of done their own little tweaks on the design, which I like, I really do. But I do hope, if they do bring this back, I hope they update the plastic and maybe even have a little die cast in it, because I know this will make you laugh. My mum cannot stand these. She likes the design and the whole idea of them, but it's the issues. I'm turning this slightly because I nearly knocked it over then. The thing Mum doesn't like is the issues that these Dragonzords have, which is bits pinging off, which, like I said, they do click back on. The figures, obviously. And she doesn't like the fact that basically they have no weight to them and they're made out of cheap plastic. And in Mum's mind, specifically the Astro Mega Ship, which was 222 quid at the time when I first got it. I don't know how much it is now. I haven't looked. For what you're getting, Mum doesn't think it's worth the price, because you're getting basically cheap plastic that bits ping off of or break, or paint chips off of. And in some cases, you can get them and you would transform them once. This is kind of what happened with me, but something more serious. You would transform them once, try and transform them back to how you would actually want them, and the clips would snap. And you'd be basically completely buggered. So I do kind of agree with Mum in certain aspects. And to be fair, when it comes to the SoC Dragonzord or SoC Megazord, or even the Legacy Megazord and Dragonzord, they top this by miles. They top all the Zap things that Hasbro has done by miles. Mainly because they're made out of decent materials, decent plastic, decent, well, they have die cast. So yeah, SOC and Legacy win by miles compared to this. So it's not really a fair comparison, but because they're not Lightning Collection. My ratings for this is... this is tough for me. I think I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10. My only reason is because of what it's made out of. That is my only reason. And it's not because I don't like the thing I do, I really like it. But because of what it's made out of and the little issues it has, it's getting a 6 out of 10 for me. I'm glad I got it. I'm really glad I got it. In fact, I was one of the first to get it. That's the end of this review, and I will catch you in the next one.